11 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon and our pants are completely soaked. I just think that a crop's potential is there and we just keep losing because of stress and everything else. Healthy soil and healthy plants will do better in these stress environments. I've always been an advocate of foliars. I kind of think that herbicides, fungicides, and even sometimes pesticides, could have a foliar in them. So yes, we are getting a lot of calls about guys going out there with the fungicides this year. It's just wet. We're going out there, you know, 11 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and our pants are completely soaked. So it is a good idea, and I think Greg would be the guy that could really speak on this one on why we should be putting some kind of a foliar in with a fungicide when they're out there. But I just think that I mean a crop's potential is there. And we just keep losing because of stress and everything else. So if we can add, a fungicide will help protect that yield, but so a foliar will help that crop reach its potential, whatever it may be in whichever region it is.
Well, even more important than that, Darren, fungicides, most people don't realize that fungicides do set a crop back. The crop has to deal with that fungicide. It is something that is designed to kill a plant, that fungus. So the plant has to metabolize it. So putting a foliar with it is going to help the plant go through that stress. So you should never be applying a fungicide or even a herbicide um, without a foliar with it to help the plant deal with that impact of either a fungicide or herbicide. So I strongly recommend a foliar with any of those applications.
Is doing the fungicide a little bit new for some of these drier areas because they just got a crop? And then what do you do if you're in the north and things are getting drowned out and it's a different kind of stress? Are you still keeping the same playbook, Greg, or what do you think?
Well, even more so, when it's drowned out. These plants, either in a real hot, dry condition or in a waterlogged condition, these root systems are not functioning properly. And in a dry condition, they actually start to go a bit dormant. And we want to keep the sugars flowing in the plant to keep those roots alive. So when they finally get rain, that they can respond. And in a wet crop, these roots are dying back, and they're going to be attracting disease, particularly fusarium, and being able to keep the sugars moving in the plant and help that plant basically deal with the death of those roots and start reestablishing new roots. It's important to keep some foliars on those plants. We want to keep the sugars moving, and we want to keep the sugars moving to the root system. And the root system's not taking up the nutrients; it's not providing the plant with nutrients. So the only option we really have is a foliar to keep that thing moving.
Yeah, one of the things that we're seeing out there this year is where we had lots of rain in the beginning here is shallow rooting. And that's one of the things that CropAid is a specialist in, is making sure you have good roots. What sort of difference is like a soil health program making on getting you good roots in the first place? And then what happens here if you do have shallow rooting and things get really hot? We could go from adequate moisture to challenges pretty quick, I would think. Hey, do you want to talk on that first, Darren?
Well, like I say, with the crop aid system, we do help, eliminate or reduce some of that compaction in the soil. So the plants do have every potential to root down. It's just unfortunately when we get so much rain and the soil is so saturated. We're almost at field capacity in a lot of these places. The roots struggle. There's just no air in there, and almost in an anaerobic environment. Soil health, it does help because I look at it as we have this yield, and stress just starts reducing our yield all the time. Every time we get a stressor, we reduce yield. So on a good soil health program, your plants should also be healthier. So the way I look at it is that if we can keep our plants healthier and keep some of this abiotic and biotic stress away, we will do better. Than maybe in another system where we do have the same kind of root zones, but we just have a poor soil and even an unhealthy crop. And that's why going out there and tissue testing and just monitoring your crops are so important right now. Because you have a lot invested into that crop. You know, you have hundreds and hundreds of dollars per acre. And I mean, if we have to go out there and you know, spray and spoon feed it along, I think it's completely worth it. But I mean, yeah, a soil health program, I mean, healthy soil and healthy plants will do better in these stress environments.
Sarah, you've got your hand up, so I'm not sure if you're wanting to come on and discuss in person, so to speak, or if you just hit the wrong button. But if you keep your hand up, I'll certainly let you come on and ask a question. If anybody else has any questions, please throw them in the chat or the Q&A. But Greg, I'm wondering, you do thousands of soil tests and tissue tests every year. What happens in these situations where you're front loading for a certain amount of nutrient uptake and then it becomes really wet, or you had more of a crop than you expected in a dry area? Do you have to adjust for that in your foliar program, or should you be soil testing and tissue testing all the way along, or how do you guys manage that?
Well, definitely tissue testing all through the season to help you deal with some of these environmental conditions and really see what's going on in the plant. And it's really important to start early because that plant's going to upload its yield potential in early season